Truly or trulynolan.com to get Truly today. Well, Coach, congratulations. I know we talked before the ball game. You like the way your guys came back to practice and get ready after the big win on Saturday. Did you like the way they played here tonight?
You know, I thought there was a huge part of the game where we played very well, both on offense and defense. And, you know, as oftentimes is the story, Brian, if you're holding yourselves to a pretty high standard, 17 turnovers is not going to win us what we're trying to win. And we had 4 or 5 that you just kind of say to yourself, what was that? And those what was that turnovers have to disappear. You know, we can't be a team that plays as well as we're capable but undermines our own quality of play, because the turnovers we're having have nothing to do with our opponent but have everything to do with our decision making and sloppiness. And you know, we went probably, I would say, through about an 8-minute period of time mid-second half where they were the better team, and the reason is we were turning the ball over, and it was just every other trip. And we have to be smart. 2-on-1s, if it's a lob, it has to be a high percentage lob. Make the easy play when it's there in front of you. And those are the things that obviously we have to learn from this game. And, you know, we also did some really good things. At halftime, we had 0 offensive rebounds, which is not a good thing for our team. But in the second half, we came back and got 8. And the correlation between offensive rebounding is free throw attempts. We have 5 free throw attempts in the first half, and although we shot very well from the field, 5 isn't very good. The reason we have 13 free throw attempts in the second half is in one half we had 8 second shots. And so I thought the turnovers and the really not doing a good job on the offensive glass in the first half are 2 things to draw from this game that we have to do better. And then obviously we did some very good things. When you shoot 57% from the field and 50% from 3, 8 for 16, and you look 37 to 27 in rebounds, and we forced 20 turnovers. We certainly played some good basketball aside from the things I pointed out.
6 steals for Solomon Hill tonight, and Nick Johnson leading the club in steals and second right now in the Pac-12. But, you know, we forget Solomon's a very good defensive player. And those were, I mean, some big defensive plays that turned into points as well.
Now, we were in good position. You know, we don't aspire to steal the ball a whole lot, but you're right. Nick has just done an exceptional job all the way from the first game of the year to tonight. I also think that part of the hidden story of tonight is Nick did a really good job on Warren Niles. Now, Warren Niles ends the game with 22 points, but he had 8 turnovers. And while Nick was on him, I'm not so sure he scored maybe more than 1 or 2 shots on Nick. Now, as we got into more of the team game and other players guarded him, that's when he really caught fire. He caught fire in the second half, and he's an excellent player. You know, you get average 21 a game, he got 22 against us. But Nick, when he was on him, was very responsible and I thought made the game hard for him. And part of why he had 8 turnovers was Nick's pressure on him, and thought he did a great job of that.
I'll ask you one more thing, and that is just if you can sum up Brandon Ashley, Grant Jarrett, Caleb Tarzuski, all of them seem very aggressive tonight.
You know, great to see Grant. Remember we talk about the Grant practices at a higher level than maybe it's shown, which oftentimes is the case for a freshman. But he gained confidence in the last game. You could tell the 2 baseline shots that he made, and playing against that type of competition in McHale, you know, you could tell that he's starting to believe that he can really play this game, and he can. And 4 defensive rebounds, 15 points, which I know is a career high, 3 for 3 from 3. He's one of our team's best shooters, and tonight we saw that. But he gave us some excellent minutes. Brandon, it was more of a tale of 2 halves. Not that he played bad in the first half, but he wasn't involved or nearly as aggressive. But in the second half, he really asserted himself, you know, ending with 14 points, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds, got to the foul line 6 times. It was great to see him play that way in the second half. And, you know, Caleb was 4 for 4 from the floor, 8 points. You know, to me, it's difficult for a 7-footer to play in college basketball. I really believe that. It's hard. I have to figure out what to tell him because I'm not so sure he commits any fouls, and we have to figure out why he's getting called for fouls that I have never seen before. And, you know, you work hard, and he comes to Arizona, and he's putting forth great effort. You would like for him to be able to play the game by the same standards as every other person on the court.
Okay.
And I have to do a better job, obviously, of explaining to him what he can't and can't do. If someone runs into him, that's allowed. If he runs into someone, that's probably something they go to the monitor. I think they went to the monitor 3 or 4 times tonight, so we're back at that again. So it was a frustrating night for Caleb. We have to help Caleb do better because the last 2 games, for him to commit 10 fouls, really have to look and see what he's doing wrong.
Okay. All right, business trip coming up. I know it'd be fun to go to the islands, but good, strong field back there, and I know you guys going back there to win it.
We are. We're 9-0, and we've worked very hard to be 9-0. You know, this was a difficult game coming on the heels of the Florida win. It almost seemed like we played Florida last night, and all of a sudden you're playing against a team that had 14 days off, and they're a very capable team. It was great for us to be able to win the game like we did. And like I said, we weren't perfect tonight, but we did some really good things. The things that we didn't do well, we'll learn from like we always try. And to go and win this tournament in Honolulu, things like I described, the turnovers, the no offensive rebounds, we have to be consistent for 40 minutes in each of the 3 games we played.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Head Coach Sean Miller here courtside at McHale Center. Arizona beats Oral Roberts 89-60.